I'm doing my speech on the worst day of my life. So about a week before this day, my life was going pretty good. My brother, he's graduated. He graduated from Oregon University at this time, and I was finishing my junior year of high school, probably like the best school I've ever done in my life. So therefore, my family decided, my mom and dad decided to take us on like a family vacation to see my brother graduate. So we ended up taking a trip up to Oregon, and it was fun. My mom and dad got to see my brother graduate. They got to see me to actually like do some workouts for the same school that he graduated from, and it was fun. We came back. Like a couple days after, and when we came back, my dad was acting kind of weird. Like he wasn't doing what he usually does. Like he wasn't like up every day. He wasn't like up early cooking and all this stuff. He was kind of like being lazy, laying down, and like just being tired. And my mom and me, we didn't really like think anything of it. We were just like, all right, maybe he's just tired. Like, but he was acting weird too. Like he was texting me, he was texting like my family, like my mom, me, my brother, my nephew, my sister, and he was just telling us like, oh, I love you, and like, all right, I love you guys. Like, hope you guys are doing good. And like, I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, oh, he's just being a pops, So I just texted back like, oh, love you too, pops. I didn't think anything of it. Well, the night before, which is June 24th, I had a nightmare that my dad had passed away. So like I woke up the next morning like tripping out, like what the hell, like what's going on, like. So pretty much I woke up and I just ran straight to my door. And as soon as I opened my door, my dad was right there, and I was like, all right, man. I'm like, it was just a dream. So gave my dad a hug, told him I loved him and everything, and like everything was okay. Well, my mom told me after the situation happened that the night that I had the nightmare, that my dad called my brother or my nephew, and he told him on the phone that he was just like being very spiritual with him, like, oh, like. When people die, they go to heaven, like, as long as they're good, like, you just got to be good to your mom and everything, like, just tell them stuff like that. And, like, my nephew, like, understood and everything, but, like, I didn't really think anything of it until I found out. But, like, later on that day, on June 25th, like, I ended up leaving my house around 6:30. And usually, like, when I leave my house, I'll go check up on my dad, like, hey, Dad, how you doing? Like, I'm about to get out of here, like, I'm about to leave. And he would understand, he'd be like, okay, like, be safe, like, have a good time. And, like, so I went out later that day, like hanging out with some friends and everything, and like while we were hanging out, like my mom was gone, my dad was at home by himself. So later on that day, like I went to a party and I was with my friends, and like while I was out with my friends, like I didn't really check on my phone because like all the people I wanted at the party was there. So I was like, I didn't really check on my phone and everything. I was just having a good time, like trying to like just have a good time with my friends. Well, when I didn't check my phone for about an hour and a half, I ended up getting about 30 missed calls, like 20, 30 text messages, just texting me like, Eli, get home, it's emergency, like just get home ASAP, like. And I'm kind of like weirded out, like why are they calling me right now? Like, so I called back around like 10:30, like what's going on, So while I'm on the phone, my neighbor's telling me like, oh, Eli, you just gotta get home, like I'm so sorry. And I'm just like what do you mean you're sorry? Like what are we talking about? She's like, I'm sorry, you just gotta come home. So she hangs up the phone, and I'm like pretty much just weirded out, like tripping out, like what could be wrong? So I asked my friend if he could take me around home, give me a ride home. Well, on the way home, I'm thinking in my head like when something's wrong or there's a problem going on, my dad's always the first one to text me or to call me and let me know what's going on. So I'm the whole time on the way home, I'm just thinking like, where's my dad? Like why haven't I talked to my dad? I talked to my mom, talked to my uncle, neighbors. Like I haven't talked to my dad. So the whole time I'm thinking in my head like, I gotta talk to my dad before anything. Before I even find out anything, like I just want to talk to my dad to make sure everything's okay. So we pulled up to my house and heart racing, mind going everywhere. Like I'm just thinking the worst. Like I'm just getting out the car. Just, the whole time running to my house, I'm just like, where's my dad? Like I gotta talk to my dad. Where's my dad? Well, I get upstairs. As I'm running upstairs, I see my neighbors and everybody outside, and everyone's like kind of crying. And I didn't think anything of it, so I'm just running in the house. I make it to my kitchen. As soon as I get in my kitchen, my mom stops me and she's just like, your dad died. And I'm like what? And she's like, your dad died. He's gone. And I start freaking out, like what the hell are you talking about? My dad died. So as soon as I start freaking out, people start hugging me, start grabbing me. I'm just like, get the hell off me, don't touch me. Like I'm mad, I'm crying, like I don't know what's going on, I don't know what to do. So I just ran out the house. And when I ran out the house, the first person I think about calling was my brother. So as soon as I call my brother, he don't answer his phone. He just he found out the situation, so he's not really want to talk to anybody. So I'm crying and everything. Like the next person I think about calling was a coach who was like a good friend of mine. He's always been there for me. So I call him and I'm just on the phone like, Coach, like I don't even know how to say this. Like my dad's gone. Like he died. Like as soon as I sat down, my coach hung up the phone. He was there in about 10 minutes. Well, while he's there, my friends are there. They're all trying to comfort me and make sure I'm okay and make sure I'm fine and everything. And I'm devastated. Like pretty much, my dad's been the type of person. He's always been there for me. Like he's always been like the one to take care of me. So later on that night, I go out with my friends. Like we're just like sitting there, and I'm just trying to get it off my mind. But I couldn't get it off my mind. The only thing I kept thinking about was after the day, I'm gonna grow up the rest of my life without a father. And it was like hurting me inside, but like the only good thing about like now is that like my friends, they were always there for me, and they always like kept me going and kept pushing me, and like it hurt at the beginning, but at the end of the day, like now my friends have made me the person I am today, and it helped me a lot. But that was the worst day of my life. So.